Sure.
Great. All right. Put your gloves on. I'm going to try to tack this firewall up, okay?
So, Dad, how long do you think it's going to take to finish the hot rod?
I don't know. I don't want to rush into it. Important things in life you don't want to rush into, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, especially when it comes to cars and tools, you want to take your time and do things right.
Exactly. But that rule doesn't just apply to cars and tools. You also want to take your time when you're going to have food.
What do you mean?
You know that Polish smorgasbord we like? You don't go right up to Olga and say, I want all the kielbasa and all the sauerkraut right now.
You do.
All right, bad example. Football. You don't go right in and try to score, do you?
You don't?
In football, you do. Oh. Gardening. Think gardening. You don't plant your flower unless your bed's made. No.
You know, Dad, maybe it's just me, but I don't have a clue what you're trying to say.
It isn't just you. I want to talk about you and Angela.
Dad, there's nothing to talk about.
I want to talk about sex for a minute.
Dad, I don't want to.
I want you to listen to me. Listen up, okay, please? Listen up. Sex is, it's like a car. The best idea is to keep the car in the garage for a long time. And then somewhere in the future, the distant future, when that garage door opens, you gotta think car cover.
Look, Dad, I know all about safe sex, okay? There's nothing to worry about.
If you're having sex in high school, there is something to worry about.
Dad, I'm not having sex. Not with Angela, not with anybody.
I know that. That's good. Of course not. Well,
So, Dad, how old were you your first time?
What? 37.
I thought you wanted to have a real talk.
Well, I was a few years older than you, but I was still way too young. I knew nothing about women.
You didn't?
No, I knew the mechanics of it and everything, but I didn't realize how much responsibility was involved in having an intimate relationship with girls.
Wow. Never heard you talk like this before.
Well, it's kind of hard for me to talk about stuff like this with you. It's hard for me to talk about stuff like this with Mom. But we open a line of communication. I want to keep it that way. This makes me feel real good, okay?
No, some guys I hang out with think that by having sex, it makes you a man.
I used to think that, too. But I think the truth is, you should be a man first, and then think about sex.
So what do you think? How many years away am I?
Well, there's no set number of years.
When will I know when I'm a man?
Your mom and I will tell you.